Psalm 91, a beacon of hope, a song of refuge. Its words, like ancient stones, have provided shelter for centuries. They speak of a God who is near, who protects, who comforts. This psalm is a love letter from the shepherd to his sheep, a reminder that even in the darkest valleys we are not alone. The authorship of Psalm 91 is uncertain. Some scholars attribute it to Moses, others believe it was written later, perhaps by David. Regardless of its origin, the message is timeless. It speaks to the deepest longings of the human heart, the longing for security, the need for peace. This psalm is more than just words on a page. It is a sanctuary for the soul, a place to run when the storms of life rage around us. As we journey through each verse, open your heart to the comforting truths within. Let the words wash over you. Find solace in their embrace. For in the shadow of the Almighty there is peace, there is safety, there is home. Let us begin our journey into this powerful psalm. Let us unlock its treasures together, and let us discover the depths of God's love for us. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1, NKJV. The psalm begins with a powerful image, dwelling in the secret place of the Most High. This is not a physical location, but a spiritual one. It is a place of intimacy with God, a place of prayer and surrender. When we abide in Him, we are covered by His shadow, protected from the heat of the day. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him I will trust. Psalm 91:2, NKJV. Here we declare our trust in God. He is our refuge, our strong tower. We find safety in Him. This trust is not passive. It is an active choice we make each day. We choose to believe in His goodness. We choose to rely on His strength. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. Psalm 91:3, NKJV. This verse speaks of God's protection from hidden dangers. The snare of the fowler represents the traps and schemes of the enemy. The perilous pestilence reminds us of the diseases and calamities that can strike unexpectedly. God promises to deliver us from both. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. Psalm 91:4, NKJV. This beautiful imagery depicts God's tender care. Like a mother bird protecting her young, He covers us with His feathers, offering warmth and security. His truth becomes our shield, deflecting the fiery darts of the enemy. We are safe in His embrace. Pinpointing the exact date and author of Psalm 91 is like trying to trace the source of a river to a single spring. The words flow from a deep well of faith, echoing through generations. Some scholars propose Moses as the author, connecting it to his time leading the Israelites through the wilderness. The themes of protection and divine guidance resonate with their journey. Others suggest a later origin, perhaps during David's reign. The language of refuge and enemies aligns with his experiences as a shepherd and king. He knew the danger of wild animals and the threat of human adversaries. Regardless of its precise origin, Psalm 91 was written during a time of turmoil and uncertainty. The Israelites faced constant threats, both physical and spiritual, yet even in the midst of chaos, they clung to the promise of God's protection. They found solace in His presence. This historical context deepens our understanding of the psalm. It reminds us that the need for God's protection is not new. It is a universal human experience. Throughout history, people have faced fear, danger, and loss. And through it all, the words of Psalm 91 have offered comfort and hope. At its heart, Psalm 91 is a testament to the unwavering faithfulness of God. It speaks of a love that surrounds us, a presence that never slumbers or sleeps. The psalm is not a guarantee of a life free from hardship. Instead, it offers something far greater, the assurance that even in the midst of trials, God is with us. This promise of protection is not passive. It requires our active participation. We are called to dwell in the secret place of the Most High, to make Him our refuge and fortress. This involves cultivating a deep and abiding relationship with God through prayer, meditation, and obedience. The more we surrender to His will, the more we experience the fullness of His protection. It is not that danger disappears, but rather that our perspective shifts. We learn to see the storms of life through the lens of faith, knowing that God is in control. This unwavering trust in God becomes our shield and buckler. It empowers us to face the unknown with courage, knowing that we are not alone. In the fortress of His love, we find true security and peace. The beauty of Psalm 91 lies not only in its poetic language, but also in its practical application to our daily lives. This psalm is not meant to be confined to the pages of a book, but to be lived out in the reality of our everyday experiences. How then do we practically apply these timeless truths? Firstly, by making the words of Psalm 91 a part of our daily routine. Begin each day by declaring these verses aloud, claiming God's protection over yourself and your loved ones. Memorize them, meditate on them, and let them shape your thoughts and actions. Secondly, apply the principles of the psalm in times of difficulty. When fear threatens to overwhelm you, remember that you dwell in the secret place of the Most High. When anxiety grips your heart, recall that He is your refuge and fortress. Let these truths anchor you in the midst of the storm. Furthermore, share the message of Psalm 91 with others. Offer its words of comfort to those who are hurting or afraid. Remind them that they are not alone, that God is with them always. In doing so, you become a conduit of His peace and love. Section 6. Themes of Comfort. How Psalm 91 soothes the soul. Woven throughout Psalm 91 are threads of comfort like soft blankets for the soul. These themes resonate deeply with our human need for security and peace. One such theme is the constant presence of God. He is not a distant deity, but a loving Father who watches over us day and night. Another comforting theme is the promise of God's deliverance. He is our protector, our shield against the arrows of the enemy. We are not left to fight our battles alone. He is with us every step of the way. Furthermore, the psalm emphasizes the power of trust in God. When we place our faith in Him, we find rest for our souls. We can let go of worry and fear, knowing that He is in control. These themes of comfort offer a balm for the weary heart. They remind us that even in the darkest of times, God's love surrounds us. His presence is our solace, His promises our hope. Section 7, The Enduring Embrace, Psalm 91 in modern times. Centuries have passed since Psalm 91 was first penned, yet its message remains as relevant today as it was then. In a world often characterized by uncertainty and fear, these ancient words offer a timeless message of hope and security. The challenges we face may have evolved, but the human need for comfort and protection remains unchanged. We still long for a safe haven, a place of refuge from the storms of life. And Psalm 91 continues to point us to the only true source of security, our relationship with God. In the face of pandemics, economic turmoil, and social unrest, the words of this psalm provide an anchor for the soul. They remind us that even when the world seems to be falling apart, God is still on His throne. He is still in control. More than ever, we need the message of Psalm 91. We need its reminder of God's unwavering love and protection. We need its promise of peace in the midst of the storm. Let us cling to these truths, allowing them to shape our lives and guide our steps. Section 8. Conclusion, a song of refuge, a balm for the soul. As we conclude our journey through Psalm 91, let us carry its message of hope and comfort in our hearts. This psalm is more than just a collection of beautiful words. It is a lifeline for the soul, a beacon of light in the darkness. It reminds us that we are not alone, that even in the midst of life's challenges, God is with us. He is our refuge, our fortress, our ever-present help in time of need. May these truths bring us comfort, courage, and peace. Let us make the words of Psalm 91 a part of our daily lives, not as a magic charm, but as an expression of our faith and trust in God. May we dwell in His presence, find refuge in His love, and walk boldly into the future, knowing that He is with us always. Section 9, Call to Action. Embrace the comfort of Psalm 91. Today, I invite you to embrace the comforting embrace of Psalm 91. Read it slowly, meditate on its words, write them down, and place them where you can see them every day. Let these verses become your prayer, your declaration, your source of strength. Share this psalm with your loved ones. Speak its words of comfort and hope over your children, your friends, and anyone who is in need of encouragement. Let the message of God's unwavering love and protection spread like wildfire, bringing peace and solace to a world in desperate need of hope. Remember, you are not alone. The same God who protected His people in ages past is still watching over you today. Dwell in His presence, trust in His promises, and experience the peace that surpasses all understanding.